Oh man, I have to tell y'all this story. My man Tony Moonhawk gave me a joke while we were at the powwow. He said there was a Caucasian lady there that was asking, "What are all these blacks doing here? Where's the Indians?" They told her, "They are Indians."
That kind of shit. Yeah, Indians, niggas, same thing.
Comes the great shock around the age of 5 or 6 or 7 to discover the flag to which you have pledged allegiance, along with everybody else, has not pledged allegiance to you. It comes as a great shock to discover that Gary Cooper killing off the Indians when you were rooting for Gary Cooper, that the Indians were you, that the Indians were you. It comes as a great shock to discover that the country, which is your birthplace, and to which you owe your life and your identity.
This is my mom's mom, Martha Williams. Notice, under ethnicity is I, under race is I is for Indian. My grandma, Martha Williams, is number 279 at the bottom right. My cousin is Colbert, number 187. This is my cousin Colbert. We are the copper-colored people.
Right, let's do this test. Right. What that look like?
Looks like copper.
Copper, don't it, right?
Yes.
Let me show you another one. What that look like?
Copper.
All right, now let me ask you a question. Which one do you more look like, the black or the copper?
Copper.
Exactly. Copper, right?
Yes.
There we go. So we are copper-colored races that we fuck.
This is Martha Williams' father, Seymour Williams. Notice under ethnicity is I. Notice under race is I. This is called a land allotment. This is what a land allotment is, if you do not know. This is Katie Williams, Martha Williams' mother, Choctaw Indian. Last name Barber, she's related to the Halls. Notice to the left under ethnicity is I for Indian, under race is I for Indian, and to the right under race is Negro, black. Declassification. Seymour Williams' mother name was Polly Williams. I have over 700 documents in my family I just found. This is a land allotment. Check the census. Check your census. Check your family records. Check the records, because you might have some land that they owe to you. Seek and you shall find.
The Negro has still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land.
All glory go to the Creator. It's an honor to be here today. But I love the theme, American healing. Well, first, let's think about something. Where did America come from? Have it always been America? Or was it just created to be America? Who are the real Americans? America keep changing and changing and changing. Let's go back in time when the American Indians looked like I look and roamed the southeast part of the United States freely. I love what the mayor said. We have to tell the truth. We cannot heal America till we fix the foundation. Can we start right there?
talking about, you know, before, about the indigenous people of the land. So let me just ask you, based on your own knowledge, right? Who do you think the indigenous people of the Americas are or were?
The Native Americans, what we would call Indians, but obviously they're not Indians.
Right.
Because Christopher Columbus thought he had discovered India, but he really hadn't discovered anything. But so he named the native people Indians.
Okay, all right, so it's interesting that you said we, because when you said we, what does that mean?
Probably Europeans.
Europeans?
Yes, sir.
So you think the Europeans are the native people?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. No,
it's okay.
no, Native Americans, I believe, are the native people.
Okay, but so from your own understanding, who do you think the native people are?
The people that were here initially, before, you know, Europeans showed up.
Well, that is true, but what I'm saying in terms of description, like right now, who would you say the native people are?
As far as like Indians, or?
Yeah, well, the Native Americans, the people they call the native, they said that were here before Columbus came. Physical description.
Okay, so the red man.
But who do you think the red man is, though?
I mean, I don't know. You kind of keep going around.
You don't know, right?
Well, I mean, I do, but I don't think we're. I'm getting the description that you like. So, as far as I'm concerned, where we live in upstate New York, where initially I live in Alabama now, we have Indians on reservations. They would be considered, you know, red men, I guess. By you know, I don't think that's probably an inappropriate term.
This is when declassification took place, you guys.
But
check this out. Look to the left.
Okay, but do they? I think the most appropriate question is: do they look like the Hollywood Indians?
Negro, black.
No.
Are they dark skinned?
He used to be Indian.
Okay, what if I were to tell you that the Native Americans, the so-called natives, they're not the original people?
That would be news to me.
That would be news to you,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Because it is a fact. The original people actually, the copper-colored races, and that's the true definition of American.
My cousin
if you were to look at the Noah's Webster's 1828 dictionary, and you look at the definition of American, it tells you the copper-colored races that were found here in America by the Europeans, and now it's being applied to the descendants of the Europeans.
Well, I mean, that makes sense if you look at, you know, island people that they consider indigenous or Aborigines in Australia.
There you go.
You know, they're black. You know, the true Bahamians, the Caribs, the Carib Indians, they were black.
Okay.
So.
And I'm glad you said that. It's very interesting because they call me a Carib. All right, but let me ask you another question, right? So you said they are black, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. Where's my phone? I don't have my phone. Can I see your sunglasses real quick? What color is your phone? All right, good. What color is this?
Black.
All right, beautiful. What color am I?
You're a nice mocha, brown.
But I'm not black, am I?
No, sir.
So why do you think they call us black?
I think it's an easy way to identify people simply without delving too far into, you know,
But
he's white, he's black, he's brown.
So what do you call yourself?
I would call myself white.
Based on color, white? Okay, what color is my shirt?
I'm definitely not as white as that shirt. I've been out in the sun all day. So.
Yes, so that's because you're not white.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But again, it just goes to show you.
Caucasian.
Yeah,
you know, from the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, there you go. But you see, again, the descriptive term of calling people and the detriment of calling people colors, especially, you know what I mean, indigenous people. That's what happens when you call. You feel me?
I agree.
So,
and I try to identify people as much as possible.
Thank you.
You know, I have a young daughter, I have a young son. You know, I think where certain racial issues start to creep in is when you're young and identify, oh, you see that black man over there with the feather on his head. Yeah. You know, I say, oh, you see that man with the headband, that's pretty cool looking, right?
Right, and opposed to a color.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're identifying somebody by a color, you do them a disservice. So I definitely agree with you.
I appreciate that. You know, so just want to, again, we're just going around Chicago dropping the knowledge because our identity, it was stolen.
Yeah.
And like I said before, if I were to come into your house and you are the original owner, and then you welcome me with open arms and say, hey brother, I have never seen somebody who looked like you. Because before Christopher Columbus, before 1492, my ancestors had never seen what they called the so-called white man or a Caucasian. We had never seen them, period. So when they came, we embraced them with open arms. We said, hey brother, the pale brother, that's what we call him. Welcome. So if I were to come into your house and after, let's just say 200 years, I took over your home, changed your identity, and called your home mine, how would you feel about that?
I mean, after a while, when getting further into your scenario, after a while you wouldn't know the difference. But initially I would totally feel betrayed.
Exactly. And that's how we feel. That's how I feel. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I tell people I'm not looking for pity. I'm just looking for my truth to be, okay? We are not saying, well, you know what, leave our land. We're not saying that. All we're saying is, okay, you're here, we can live in peace, but respect who we are. Let us do us, because before you came, we have always done us. And that's our message and that's our story. You know, we're not trying to keep people out of our home. No, I mean, we have a beautiful country. We have a beautiful land. And the United States of America is just a country in the Americas.
Yeah.
The Americas are huge. And if you go to South and Central America, you would see everybody look like me.
Yeah, I just came back from Colombia a couple months ago, so yeah.
There you go. You know, so it's about, you know, again, promoting peace, brother, and letting people, you know, promoting the education.
For sure.
Let the people know for a fact who the indigenous people are. Don't take our identity and give it to the so-called natives who came from the Bering Straits. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know about that.
Oh, yeah.
You see, and that's what
the
it
land
is.
bridge.
The land bridge, there you go. That's who they are.
Yeah.
But when they came, they met people who look just like me here already. So they have literally taken our identity, and people think that they are the original Indians. But not Indian like we're from India, but you know what I'm talking about. They just call it because it was the West Indies.
Yeah.
So that's what they call us Indians. But you know, we embrace it, and we're just trying to teach our story and let people know who we are. So I appreciate your time. If you have any questions,
thank you.
Any questions, you know, before I leave?
No, I think it's great what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad that you found some knowledge for yourself.
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white Aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are Aborigines, but you don't like to be called an Aborigine.